rooms that I was in. Did a lot of comedy, real comedy, not people who are obnoxious.
Nice.
Yeah, we need comedy.
It's official.
I'm sorry, say it again.
It's official. We're keeping you.
Okay. You are really nice people. I don't know how I didn't get to you earlier.
Well, it's funny because as you were talking about, sometimes I just let crazy people talk to other crazy people. I'm sitting here thinking, yeah, if we did that all day long on Clubhouse. All day
and
long.
that is why I'm here, and you are my people.
Yeah.
Little bit of craziness and good fun is good. And I found my way to you, so that is the best of the day.
That is the best.
And Mr. Steve, I miss you. I haven't heard you in a while. I haven't been up.
Miss you too, Grace. Pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah, always pleasure. Always. So, happy hour in the muff, REC. I have to make sure about this. Serendipity ED.
Hold on, I got
Mr. Steve and Alan hanging out with these lovely women and Mike. Very nice.
Yeah, I'm not normally on at this time on the weekdays. You know, I do generally my weekend shows, which I'm still doing, but lately, because of the craziness that's been going on in the past week, I've just been popping in and out of different rooms to see what's happening.
Oh, he's got the train wreck virus. He likes to watch the train wrecks.
I don't know. Steve, that's not necessarily your way. Do you like the train wrecks?
Like I said, I normally am not on Monday through Friday, so
I'm still trying to go. No, I miss it.
no, that's okay. I mean, I've gone on to Amazon. They just don't have the shot that I can take for my disease or virus, whatever.
You're too funny. I love you, Steve. Still.
You're not so bad yourself.
I'm glad the rest of you in this room also enjoy Steve. He is really a good man.
Steve does have great spaces. By the way, a little birdie told me all this drama is because they ultimately don't want a certain somebody coming back to the app, and they want the audience just to be in their rooms. Can you believe that serendipity? It's manufactured.
Yeah, I can believe that. Well, they said as much when they were complaining about the nostalgia of the good old days and how popular they were, being known as the tallest of the seven dwarfs, Clubhouse famous. Like, yes, believe that. I believe that from more than one of the characters involved, but
yeah,
we'll
but he's coming back. So there's that.
Madam Dia.
Are we talking about Cardano?
Oh, no.
Beetlejuice. You guys are too funny. You know what the best part for me is? I don't know what you're talking about. That's the best part of coming back to Clubhouse.
Is Roger ever coming back on here?
Yes. I honestly thought Son of Goku was Go. Why did I think that?
I thought it at first too when he raised his hand. I was going to say,
Right.
you behave yourself if you come up on stage.
Exactly right. It wasn't good. All right, I think we need another poll. Favorite drink of choice for happy hour: beer, wine,
Vodka.
dots, or What's the third one? Make a cocktail.
Vodka.
Oh, there's daiquiris too.
Liquor.
Vodka. That's what I'm on right now. The vodka.
Thanks for sharing,
Vodka.
fun. Thanks for sharing. All notice you. Okay, everybody give Son a little pat on the head. Let him know that you know he.
Fondle and lightning. And baby say.
Is that German?
No, that was Labyrinth. Sorry.
I knew that was Labyrinth.
Labyrinth, the children's movie from the 80s. Sorry.
That's why it's very noisy here, but I just wanted to let you know it's one of my favorite movies in the whole world.
Of course, and then The Princess Bride and The Last Unicorn, and sometimes Never Ending Story, but mainly Labyrinth, Princess Bride,
And Dark.
Dark
You guys are dating us. Stop it.
Dark
You're talking about
Crystals was
Princess
nightmarish. Yes.
Princess Bride with what's her name?
Inconceivable.
No,
There's
Princess Bride from the 2000s.
there's so many quotes from The Princess Bride that I don't even think people realize that. Inconceivable.
You talking about
Why do you always use that word?
With
I don't think I could. I'm not Anne Hathaway. Come on, Robin Givens. Stop. It's not Robin Givens either. It's Robin someone.
I didn't even know
Yes.
there was like an
Yes.
older Princess Bride. That's crazy.
There is only one Princess Bride.
There's only one
I don't
that
know
I
what we're
know of, and it's the other one.
Andre the Giant.
Billy
Like-
Crystal, remember he was in it.
Right. And also Carol Kane. Carol.
Yes.
Yeah. she was
Yes.
in it.
Yeah. She was
Mandy Patinkin.
Mad Max, Mandy Patinkin, Gary Yule. So we had the best cast for that movie.
They really were amazing. And Carrie, how do you say his last name? Elvis?
You, Eloise?
I thought it was
Yes.
Yule's, but okay.
Yules? That's not okay.
I don't know, it's a good question. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't think anyone around here cares about how to pronounce shit anyway. The other day, what was the word everyone? Oh, Euro. Oh my god, if I had to leave the room, I couldn't handle it anymore. It was like exploding on the inside.
You
Well,
said
people were saying how they pronounced it,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
we clarified how it's really pronounced for the room, and nobody cared. They
Is it-
continued pronouncing it atrociously for the whole rest of the next hour, and it really freaked me out. I couldn't handle it. I just left the room.
I'm a word stop too.
Yeah, I was telling you, remember, serendipity, we had that conversation today about how I'm borderline autistic when it comes to like reading emotions, but I pick up on the actual words themselves very clearly.
Yeah.
And listening comprehension, I'm pretty high on that as well. And so for me, like when people pronounce things incorrectly, if they don't know any better, that's one thing. But if they know better and they continue to do it, it really freaks me out. I can't handle it. I just leave. I don't fight the issue. We had people calling it gyros, which is probably the least offensive of all of them. Gyros, which is probably the most offensive. What else were they were calling them? I don't know. And we corrected that it's Ye-Rose. Ye-Rose, basically, is what it is. And nobody cared. I mean, we corrected it, and everybody kept saying it wrong anyway.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Well, you're in that room.
Have you seen the Key and Peele sketch with the substitute teacher
Yes.
going off the name?
Yes, that's what it reminds me of.
Hey, Ron, are you here? Hey, Ron.
Hey, Aaron. I do love that sketch.
I think without a doubt the best skit this past season is on Saturday Night Live. They did it a couple of times where you've got the people in two different cars and they're doing hand signals while they're talking. Have any of you seen that or no?
We have not seen that.
I have not.
I haven't either.
It is.
I want
It is.
to.
It is amazing. It is so funny. Yeah. You know, of course,
Who's
this
in
is
it?
the 50th.
Who's in
What?
it? Who's in it to YouTube? How would I find it on YouTube?
They're just the regular Saturday night players. They don't put a, and I don't even know what it would be called, but they're in two cars right next to each other, like they're stopped at a light for 5 minutes, and they're getting angry and yelling at each other. But of course, their windows are up, so they're doing hand signals, and they're. It's hilarious. I'll see if I could get you the name of it. I'll see if I.
Yeah, I'd like to know. Man, this is tangent to that. I was driving in Atlanta on Roswell Road for serendipity's purposes of placing it in your brain many years ago, and I had my window down, and some guy was driving like an idiot, and I flipped him off, and he whipped his car up next to mine on the left. So he's driving, basically he's aligned with me on the left, and he rolled down his passenger window that was between me and him, basically. And he took this hot coffee, a large grande coffee, and he freaking hucked it across the inside of his car, like straight at me. So it went through his car, through his passenger window, between our cars, and then it hits my window, and the bottom of it hit the edge of my window, and the cup went spinning like a sprinkler in my car, blowing hot coffee through my entire car. I had coffee in the back window. I had coffee in the area, in the slots where the seatbelt goes in. I had coffee all over, of course, myself. Every corner of that car was filled with hot coffee. And I mean, he was a perfect shot. He could not have done it better. And I was like, motherfucker, right? And so I'm trying to see, I got his license plate. I called the cops immediately, and they said it was a stolen car, and there's nothing they could do about it. And the worst part of the whole thing was going home and then having to clean my fucking car for like 3 hours. I was so pissed off. It was the worst, dude.
It's hard getting rid of that smell too. You know it seeped in through
It was
the door.
milk. Yeah, it was milk. It was milk coffee. And it was a full cup. And when he hugged that thing, he held it upright and pushed. It's almost like he pushed it through his car at me, upright, and it went, through his car, out his window, between our cars, and the bottom of it hit like the back of my side window that I rolled down. Like it, basically just tapped the back and then spun through my car as it freaking came in. And like he could not have done it better. It was so pissed off.
Well, Mike, you might be able to appreciate this road story vicariously. Then it's kind of a revenge story that amazingly it involved me doing absolutely nothing and letting karma take its course. Essentially, we were just coming up on a lane, too busy traffic lane, and there's a point where all the cutters are trying to get on the freeway. They try to do it the last minute because there's a long line of cars waiting. So here is like a big black SUV, like Uber driver. He had the permit on his bumper and everything. Is blocking one of the lanes because no one's letting him in. So guy in front of me honks at him. I honk at him. Not like anything egregious, just a simple honk, like you're being a douche. And the guy just goes red, like he just sees rage. And so a couple of cars move, kind of get between us, and then I pull up next to him while and I don't give him the bird. I don't even say a word. I don't even roll down my window. Nothing in aggression. I literally just looked over at him and smiled. And he is like, I couldn't hear what he was saying. He looked like he was probably speaking in tongues. He was so mad. So what does he do? He doesn't pay attention that the traffic in front of him has come to a complete stop because my lane is moving. So he tries to move with me in the next lane, right next to me. But unbeknownst to him, he's not paying attention, and the traffic has come to a complete stop. So not only does he hit the car in front of him, he hit it so hard, the car he hit the car in front of him. So he just caused a 2-car accident because he's yelling at some stranger who didn't even provoke him. Like, he was in the wrong way.
talking
Right?
about like
I was on cloud nine the rest of the month.
Okay, you guys, I've got the info that you wanted. One is called Taking Road Rage to a Whole Other Level, SNL. The other one is Traffic Altercation, SNL. And then the third one is Parking Lot Altercation, SNL. Normally I would play like a 60-second clip, but I'm not going to do it because the hand signals and the way they play it out are just so fun.
I'm going to watch it.
So a quick poll: how many people here take pleasure then in seeing the Just Stop Oil protesters get run over? Who protesters? The people who blocked the freeway. Just Stop Oil. They get on the freeway. Yeah,
and they get run over.
Gotcha.
And they get run over? I've never seen anything. Is there a video or something?
There are a few times, yeah, or ICE agents running people over, where it's literally the person is trying to push through and the protester is in front, and eventually the person in the car has had enough and they keep going fast, a little bit faster and faster, and then the person falls to the side. A couple of people have been completely run over. So
that's kind of fucked up, actually, hitting people. I wouldn't know if I love that.
I would take no gratification in ever seeing that, ever.
Oh no.
I will say what time.
It's what you would never last in Boston. That's all I can say.
Maybe
you
not.
would not. No.
Yeah, here's the deal. Like I am routinely the guy that drives up to the last minute before I merge. Now here's the deal. If you're gonna do it, you can't be a pussy about it. You have to fucking own it. It means two things. One, you find a space and get it in real time. You don't stop and expect them to let you in because they're not gonna do it, right? That's number one. You find a space as you're proceeding to that last endpoint. If you fail to do that, and it's very rare when I fail to do it on my own, that means you got to be quick, you got to look for it, you got to hop in. I don't care what people think, right? If you're not able to do that, then you got to eat it and fucking just go straight if you want to turn, or you got to do whatever you got to do. But you don't get to stop traffic for that shit. So if you're going to play that game, you got to own it and you got to be good at it. Otherwise, stay the fuck out. Because I'll tell you what, you know what I mean? You can't be holding up traffic and expecting them to let you in. Fuck that.
But Mike, what you just described is the actual correct way to do it.
Yeah, because it's zippering, which actually reduces traffic flow. But that's only if you're not an idiot and you stop and hold up your lane.
You're supposed to use both lanes to the merge point. And everybody's argument is like, well, we all know it's going to one lane, so why don't we all get in that lane sooner? Well, if that's the case, they would have closed the lane that much sooner.
Exactly.
They're supposed to get in line 5 miles ago. They would have closed it 5 miles ago.
And that's because Americans are obsessed with queuing, is what it's called, right? So there's actually I think it was Malcolm Gladwell. I think it was on Revisionist History. I'm not sure. One of his podcasts, and he did an episode on queuing and how Brits are like really friendly about queuing, or how Americans queue, and we expect it. We expect to stand in line. We expect other people to honor the line. In England, they don't necessarily do that. They don't swear by lines quite as much. So they just kind of mob and get in quick or whatever. And so he did a test, and he found that technically, say that you had one drinking fountain and a big line of people, the fastest way for the most people to get a drink, just the most people, just a pure numbers game, is that every new person who arrives gets the first dibs at the drinking fountain, and the line waits whenever somebody new arrives. So instead of going to the end, you go to the very front and you get to drink. In the end of it, if you do that for an hour where random people are walking up and they're getting first dibs when they do, ultimately more people get a drink than if everybody stands in line one at a time. And so it's
part of what you're describing there is actually like there's two different layouts to grocery store lines.
Yes.
Right? Or like a shopping store line. The places that do it well are places like Marshall's and Kohl's, where they have like 10 registers that all serve one singular line. Because because if there's a holdup at one register, the line keeps moving. And this is the way like truncated phone systems operate as well. The ones at the grocery store that is one cashier, one line, is literally to keep you standing in line. So you look at all the dumb tchotchkes that you don't need. Oh, I need a lighter. Oh, I need AA batteries. Oh, I need a fucking People magazine. And maybe you make extra purchases. It's literally designed to keep you there longer.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, and to what I was saying about the other way of doing it, just imagine how shitty that would make everyone feel. Everyone would be pissed off. Nobody would let that happen, right? Where like the dude walks up randomly after you've been in line for 10 minutes and walks up to the front, takes a drink. Everybody get mad.
That's exactly why the zipper merge doesn't work, because people's animal brain convinces them that someone is getting away with something that they shouldn't be, and they're getting more than they deserve, and they're getting more than you are because you were the conservative, reasonable person who got over early. And people take that super offensively and will fight, argue, and scream out their window and throw coffees and run into the back of other cars, all because they're getting where they're going 15 feet slower. It's insane.
Right, and as soon as I read that zippering reduces traffic by 30%, I feel like even if someone's mad at me, I'm doing them a fucking favor so they can just eat it. That's what I feel about it.
It's the same thing with lane filtering on motorcycles too. People lose their mind because they think it's unfair, but it's actually categorically safer and more efficient for everybody when it's done correctly.
Oh, Stover, I was going to ask you a question. You left the room before we were talking about motorcycles. My one question was this. You know how there's big chunks of rubber tire on the highway, sometimes? Yeah. If you hit one of those on a motorcycle, will it fuck you up, or do you just bounce over and keep going?
So it's super circumstantial. One of the things, truck drivers will refer to those as alligators, because tractor-trailer tires have these big, heavy steel bands in them. And what happens when you run over a U-shaped object that wants to be round? It tries to go round again. So it will actually leap up and kind of bite around your tire. That's why they call them alligators. So in that circumstance, you're pretty fucked. And if you want to try to go around something, you can. But the safest way to hit anything on a motorcycle is straight, upright, and square. If you're in a turn and you're leaning and you hit something, you're in way worse shape. So what they actually teach you is don't try to avoid the object if it's unavoidable, because that's more likely to hurt you than not. And try to hit it upright, straight, and perpendicular to your tires. Depending on the motorcycle, my motorcycle especially, the tires are larger than your average passenger vehicle, which means I can actually probably stomach a bigger pothole or a larger object than your average car can. But if you're riding something like a, Honda 125cc little putt-putt, then you're less capable of taking those sorts of things. So this is also why speed is the enemy and slowing down is always your friend, because you have a better opportunity to calculate and choose other options.
Oh, thanks.
The same reason why they tell you, if a deer runs in the road, hit the deer. Because you're more likely to swerve, miss the deer, hit a tree, and kill yourself.
When I was 16, my uncle took me to some drag races. There's 2 lanes, cars drag racing, both one in each lane. And they were funny cars, and they take off, and they haul ass down the thing. And right when they popped their chutes, a deer hopped over the fence and stood in the lane right in front of the funny car. And the funny car smacked the fucker, just going 200 miles an hour or more. Just popped the chute. And the deer just exploded, just absolutely exploded, and in a green cloud, basically. And the front end of it, from the front legs back, was gone, but it had its legs attached to its neck and its head still. And it kind of kicked its legs on its side for 5 minutes, and they came and they grabbed it. It had a rack, so they grabbed it by the horns and they drug it off the thing, and then they had to bring in a fire truck and hose the thing down, and then they had to wait for it to dry before they could go forward. But I just remember it was in slow motion, this funny car just, and then you just see this deer hop over and just barely turned its head to look at him and fucking hit that deer 200 miles an hour. It was crazy.
Did the splatter pattern resemble anything of a coffee cup being thrown through 2 car windows?
Some people that look like a butterfly. And other people thought it looked like a demon. It all depends on what you see in it, I guess.
I would be looking at that coffee cup to figure out what Starbucks it was ordered from and see if I could figure out the name on the coffee cup. And then I would hang out from that time at the Starbucks. Like, I'd go to jail. I'd probably go.
Same.
Oh, so fucking
I mean,
mad.
if
I was
it's in
even
the
madder
jail.
when the cop, I was even madder. It was a lady cop when she arrived and she said, we already looked it up and it's a stolen car. There's really nothing we can do about it. We won't be able to find him. That pissed me
Yeah,
off
but it wasn't a
even more.
stolen cop.
I know. That's true. I didn't even think of it. I don't know. Maybe he did. I was so pissed off. I didn't even think about looking at the cop.
If that cup said Steve on it, I would spend the next 5 days standing out in front of that Starbucks, waiting and being like, "Is your name fucking Steve?"
Yes.
I've had a few fucked up things. In Seattle, I had a guy punch the window. I was right out of the Marine Corps, right out of boot camp, thinking I could just take on the world. I'm like, I got all this combat training. I can kill anybody. I'm good to go. And I was on the highway, and some dude was fucking with me on the highway, and I probably flipped him off. I don't remember what I did, and pissed him off. And I took the exit. He took the exit I was going to take in front of me, and then I took the exit, and then he slowed down on the exit and pulled off to the side, like to make me pass him. And I was hesitant, but I passed him, and he whipped him right behind me. And then we stopped at the exit. And then as it took off, he started hitting the back of my car, like bam, bam, bam. He had a bunch of guys in his car with him, like 3 or 4 guys. Started hitting my car as I was taking off, and I was like, oh, this is fucking serious. And so I tried to just kind of ignore him at that point, and I think I changed lanes to a lane on next to it or whatever. And at this point, we hit another red light, and I was parked in my lane, and then I had a car in front of me, a car behind me, and then on the lane on my left, he was 1 car back, so he was kind of my back, like kitty corner to me. And I didn't even look at him. I was sitting there, I'm like, fuck, I'm not even gonna look back. You know, it's pretty aggressive when you're literally bumping your car into somebody. And all I saw was this movement out of the corner of my eye, and I kind of looked up to the left, and this fist punched through my window, my driver window, and I had tinted windows, so it kind of like blew a hole in my window, and all the plastic still stuck all the broken glass together, but there was a hole in it. And he's looking through the hole at me, and he's like, I'll fucking kill you, motherfucker. Do you understand that? And he motions back to his car, and the passenger had a gun, and he was like tapping it on his window and laughing. And I was like, oh, I think I'm sorry or something. I was like, fuck. I mean, I went from being like thinking I'm badass to like, oh my God, scared as fuck. And then all the cars, light turned green, all the cars left. The car in front of me left, the car behind me went around left. Nobody fucking stopped to see how I was doing. I was just still sitting there. Everybody leaves. He pulls like one of those movie things where you go in reverse and like 180 or whatever and drive the other lane direction or whatever. And I was just sitting all by myself, and I was like, fuck, okay, well, that happened. And my brother to this day says like, man, as soon as he bumped my car, I would have pulled my pistol out of the fucking out of the glove box. I would have had it in my lap in case anything happened. And then when he punched a window, I would have shot him through the fucking hole. And I was like, yeah, but then you would have been fucking killed because the guy in the car, kitty corner to you, would have shot up your fucking car. And I'm like, so I'll never forget. I always think of that case as an example that if I'd had a gun, it would have escalated it. I wouldn't even known to look back at the other guy. And there'd be 2 dead people potentially. But because there was no gun and because I just freaking ate it, even though my life was threatened, nobody died. So everybody says guns, prevent violence. They can also escalate violence. Like, it's a perfect example,
It's also a great example that not enough people have that experience in a way where, like, things could have gone really sideways, but they didn't go sideways, and that informs your decision-making for the rest of forever, For sure. Some bravado off of you and made you to be a little bit more analytical. It's the people roaming around who haven't been smacked in the mouth or had a fist put through their window, and as a result, they still do that shit on a daily basis.
Yeah, I really don't freak people off anymore. I really don't. I decided years ago, fuck, it's just not worth it. I just can't predict what people.
There's a video that made national news a couple years ago of a couple, a husband and a wife shoveling snow in front of their house, and they're giving shit to the neighbor's bitching, you're throwing snow in my, in my parking spot or whatever the dispute was. They're arguing, and they're arguing. The guy comes out of the house with a gun, and the husband says like, oh, what are you gonna do with that? And he shoots and kills him right in the middle of the street, and he shoots and kills his wife. And this is like on their own security cameras. And then the guy goes in his house and blows his own brain out. And that makes you realize, like, you don't know how bad of a day or how crazy somebody might be. Like, somebody come in front of you at Chick-fil-A Well, you know, you're like, I was trying to think, like, I'm not a fucking grocery store. You know what I mean? If somebody's shot and bleeding in the back of my car, then yeah, sure, whatever. But like, I'm going to Walmart to buy fucking eggs. You know, like nothing that can happen on the road is worth that kind of beef, that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, especially nowadays. John Kitover, you want to come up? Are you going to bless us? Are you going to grace us with your crazy self?
Well, I'd like to read a poem, if I may.
Can't wait.
Can't believe this is so funny. Okay, this is called In the Muff by candidate Congressman John Kitover. Advice doesn't help lovers. They're not the kind of mountain stream you can build a dam across. An intellectual doesn't know what the drunk is feeling. Don't try to figure what those lost inside love will do next. Someone in charge would give up all his power if he caught one whiff of the wine musk from the room where the lovers are doing who knows what. One of them tries to dig a hole through a mountain. One flees from academic honors. One laughs at famous mustaches. Life freezes if it doesn't get a taste of this almond cake. The stars come up spinning every night, bewildered in love. They'd grow tired with that revolving if they weren't. They'd say, how long do we have to do this? God picks up the reed flute world and blows. Each note is a need coming through one of us, a passion, a longing, pain. Remember the lips, where the wind breath originated, and let your note be clear. Don't try to end it. Be your note. I'll show you how it's enough. Go up on the roof at night in this city of the soul. Let everyone climb on the roofs and sing their notes. Sing loud!
That made me horny, John. Thanks for that.
See, this is why we enjoy the presence of Mr. Kitover, because we get to say things. Our rooms have poetry. We read books. We do all the cultural things.
You give us credibility. You give us intellectual credibility, John. Thanks for that.
This is true.
Yeah, try reading a book on here sometime. You might like it.
Oh my goodness. So, Gar, you doing good?
Sorry, Stilgar's doing good. He's also doing the dishes. So not so quick on
Oh.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. Stilgar.
Yeah, things are good. Things are good.
Good. Is
Feeling
Mrs.
productive,
Stilgar
I think,
getting
for that.
caught up?
Mrs. Stilgar is in the living room reading a book. And I think I'm going to do some meal prep to try to behave myself and not order from Chipotle for the third time this week.
Yay!
Feeling a little productive today. Dishes and meal prep. Like the game plans and
Right.
everything.
I still say they're the cutest couple on Clubhouse. Okay, not really on Clubhouse, but she's not on Clubhouse, but I just love hearing him talk about Mrs. Stilgar.
Yeah, she's too normal and well adjusted. If you were to offer, like, hey, do you want to get on the internet and talk to strangers? She'd be like, absolutely.
Oh yeah, my wife would never in a million fucking years be interested in this. That means we're all married to people better than ourselves.
That part's definitely true for me. For sure.
It's definitely true for me too.
I'd have never been on Clubhouse when I was married, for sure. He'd have strung me up. I mean, well, for me, I was a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. Yeah. I had to, meet you. That's right. But now? She says, but now? What? I'm back outside. We need Sun back in here. Sun was on one. Oh, I can't ask you any questions because John's in here recording. I don't watch what I say. It's like I'm back at work. You can wave at me when you. Give me 30 minutes. Right. Thanks, John. Thanks, John. Oh.
But in fairness, if it wasn't for John's recording, how would we ever memorialize this, anthropological oddity in time? He's making a record of history for all favors. Thank you, John. You're doing the Lord's work. That's all sarcasm.
It's his art, Stilgar.
I never thought of it like that. And you know what? You're right. Even though you may be being silly, I mean, you never know what's going to be valuable coming up, Life is fleeting. And I'm taking you guys in the shower with.
One thing I've noticed about Clubhouse is there's two kinds of people. The kind of people that admit to peeing while on Clubhouse, and they don't.
Which one are you?
Oh, I admit it. I sit on the toilet on Clubhouse.
You poop on Clubhouse sometimes, too, right? Sometimes, yeah, it's tricky though, right? Because
I don't want to do anything but wash my hands immediately after I'm done. I don't want to have to handle my phone. So then the worst case scenario is somebody calls on you and then you have to pretend you're doing the dishes.
Yeah, that's tragic.
Yeah, if you haven't spent any time looking at my YouTube channel, there's a lot of videos on there and there's a lot of accounts on there. But, you are probably in one of those shorts.
This is probably true.
Hey, Serendipity, I need to talk to you for 1 minute. We'll be
okay. All right.
You're not watching Kristen do anything. Thank you very much.
videos from Clubhouse do you have on YouTube, John?
I'm not sure, but I've got over 20,000 videos up on YouTube and over 20,000 on Instagram.
How many subscribers do you have?
Across all of YouTube, it's like 5,000. And then Instagram is like a couple thousand. Nothing isn't really that interesting, but you know what is cool is on Google now is if you take a photo, it'll give you that option to turn it into a video, and it'll give you like 10 options on what you want the video to be. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's crazy. I did not try that. I've not tried that. That sounds bizarre though. So it'll take your photo and make a video out of your photo?
Yeah.
Like if it's say it's like a photo of a bride kissing the groom at a wedding ceremony.
Yeah, it'll like, make them.
You could say like, yeah. I want the movie to be them walking down the aisle.
You can't say what you want. It gives you like 10 suggestions.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of Grok on X does that. There's a lot of AI that don't do that now.
But what I did is the mayor of Chicago and Pritzker, the governor, had a big meeting with like 100 people by the river, and I took that photo and it turned all of them into dancers, and then I played the Blues Brothers soundtrack over it, and I wrote it's called Somebody Needs You, and then I tagged Donald Trump with an orange heart, and it got a lot of views.
I think I'm gonna go play with that.
You have to do it with a short. So you click short, you choose your picture, and then above it'll say, do you want to turn this photo into a video? And then yes, select your option.
And that's on Google? That's on Google?
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Okay, YouTube short. Do you want to turn this picture into a video? Got it.
Okay, you want to hear one more poem from Rumi? Eddie, Kristen, Mike, you want to hear another poem?
Sure, go ahead.
Yep.
On the day I die, when I'm being carried toward the grave, don't weep. Don't say he's gone. He's gone. Death has nothing to do with going away. The sun sets and the moon sets, but they're not gone. Death is a coming together. The tomb looks like a prison, but it's really release into union. The human seed goes down in the ground like a bucket into the well where Joseph is. It grows and comes up full of some unimagined beauty. Your mouth closes here and immediately opens with a shout of joy there. When I see your face, the stone starts spinning. You appear, all studying wonders. I lose my place. Water turns pearly. Fire dies down and doesn't destroy. In your presence, I don't want what I thought I wanted. Those 3 little hanging lamps. Inside your face, the ancient manuscripts seem like rusty mirrors. You breathe, new shapes appear, and the music of a desire is widespread as spring begins to move like a great wagon. Drives slowly. Some of us walking alongside are lame.
Y'all look at this room. You know what's going on, right?
It's a happy hour in the muff.
It's a train wreck hour. They're all going to watch it.
Where's the train wreck?
Right now? In the hall.
Which room?
Oh, shit.
Let's
Next
see.
door to the left, John. You should get right over there.
Oh, is there some shit going down in the hall?
Yep.
Oh,
I need to look.
I created a room yesterday called "All the Drama Has Been Crushed." If you can say it, it is not true. But I'd have to get on my burner account to see if maybe I'm blocked. Probably. Let's see. Oh, wait a second. What do I see? I see nothing. Nothing.
Let's some dirty laundry. Yeah.
I haven't seen JB in a day or two.
I haven't seen him in a day or two either. I mean, I do know. I there's probably some intentionality behind that. I think that the smarter idea is to just not participate, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I think they're trying to do that.
I'm trying to let it diffuse.
Yeah. There's a spectacular canceling effort going on, too, apparently.
Well, you know, my accounts have been clipped, deleted, terminated, censored more than anybody on this app. And all I can say is, here I am speaking and breathing, recording and clipping everyone on Cloudhouse.
This is true, but you're not curating spaces where you're trying to draw people. You're going to said spaces. So your experience with the hassles of reported clipping are not quite the same as somebody else's who wants to draw crowds.
When you get clipped, assuming it doesn't happen like when you're in a room and you just disappear from the room, I would imagine it happens when you're logged out and you come back in. Does the app just say you don't have an account anymore? Does it let you know, or it just doesn't work?
It does. Yeah, it does. You get a red banner.
But it's not long. You get a red bar.
Like a red banner.
You gotta look. You gotta really read it.
Or whatever.
Oh, okay.
You gotta read it. Otherwise, you're like, what the fuck just happened?
John, you just own a bunch of iPhones? Is that what you
No, they're all like $50 Motorola's, and they're 50 megapixels for $50, and then you just get a $15 1 month plan. Cancel, don't do the renewal, and then you got a phone, a $65 good phone that you can sit here and film with and live stream on.
Because then it's just all Wi-Fi. You don't need cellular.
Yeah.
Well, how do you get the phone number to log into Clubhouse?
It's a $15 a 1 month plan for 30 days.
Oh, and then once you cancel it, the number just remains.
Yeah, but you don't even.
Sign up with the number.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even do that anymore. I'm not buying any more phones because now I can just get a new burner number for $1.99. So it's pointless.
How many phones do you have?
I don't know, 60 maybe.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are they all laid out on a table and you just keep them plugged in permanently?
No, I got these little. No, I got a cell phone rack. You can go on eBay and buy cell phone racks.
And they're all running Clubhouse at the same time?
No, I'm live streaming mostly to YouTube and X. The YouTube accounts again have over 20,000 videos, and there's a lot of Clubhouse videos. Like it is the de facto Clubhouse library from the past 5 years. There's nobody else. And you know what I found out in the state of Illinois? Anything you record, that's your copyright. It doesn't go the other way around. Not in Illinois. So that's one interesting thing I uncovered while I was doing this podcast with this guy, George, who runs the Prairie Report, this newspaper. So that was interesting because he was very upset that I live streamed the interview as well. But it goes both ways. So, he was like, there's nothing I can do that you streamed yourself. He's like, but you didn't ask me. I'm like, well, we didn't discuss anything and we didn't sign anything. So, we were on a Zoom call that you recorded. So you tell me, I can't infringe on your recording, but I also have 10 of the same recordings, so It is what it is. You know, but people would have to spend a lot of money suing you to prove that there were damages, and there's really no damages for anybody on this app financially. So anyways, this is what I'm doing. I don't know. This is like my next level game of Clown House. I can't believe other people aren't doing it. I would love to see a John Kitover YouTube account or a John Kitover Clubhouse account, like somebody recording me and publishing me. Like that's when I know I'm like starting to optimize and automate what I'm doing, because that would mean I don't have to do, that means people are doing for me what I have to do for myself.
There's only one John Kitover in the world, John. We don't need two of you.
Well, if I had an assistant, you know, a secretary or a videographer working for me, you know, and filming a lot more, like it would be even more obnoxious, but it would be fun to have somebody doing that.
You haven't figured out any way to monetize any of the content, right? For the most part.
No, none of this is monetized on Google. None of the accounts are at the threshold yet.
Well, not even the threshold, but to make some kind of product from clips of all the recordings that you have, the best of the best or something, to make little like
the product is the campaign.
The ridiculousness of a fight in here or something like that.
The product is the campaign. That's the one big leap that's connected with my profiles, with my identity, because all of these recordings, you know, are technically coming to Congress with me. So I've recorded every speaker, every topic under the sun. There's nothing that I have not heard which would be new, you know, in the stupid book. So that's all I'm saying. In the Clubhouse book, because like everything on this app is it's a lot of drama, it's a lot of gossip, it's a lot of screaming and road raging. But I will submit that even the two little poems that I have read today is of higher value to you personally, intellectually, and psychologically than just about 99.9% of everything you've ever heard on this app.
John, I still think you need to take like 15, 20-second clips of really crazy moments on here, and then somehow get AI to animate those with characters, like character-driven cartoons.
Yeah, I tried that.
Moments.
I tried that.
Yeah,
it's difficult.
Do it because it would. I know it would be entertaining to throw it on Instagram or probably what you call TikTok.
There's ways to manipulate the algorithm on YouTube. I have like some tricks, but you know, I've done the things that I've done so many times are, you know, what to me works best. But I'm going to this meetup here in Chicago at the end of the month with this Polish guy who has a very big X account, and he's friends with Elon Musk and this former CEO of X. And he's putting together this like 1 day training for marketing on X. So we'll see what he says. I'm sure he's going to have a lot of interesting things to say. He takes great photos with him holding signs at like key basically, you know, venues, cool places. He takes great photos. So, but I don't know. He works in politics. He goes to he works for campaigns, and, you know, it's all about money for some people. But I guess, you know, eventually when you have influence or art power or star power, like you get compensated for what you're doing. But I don't have any money to give this guy.
You call it Clubhouse Clips, and you start off with a logo that says Clubhouse Clips, and then whoosh, with like a hand smacking it away or something, and then you go right to two people fighting on Clubhouse, like with Jazzy, like laying into somebody, and you animate her as like just a crazy black woman, and then you animate whatever is going on the other side of it. You go back and forth, and then it just ends, and the next one's like Clubhouse Clips, whoosh, again, and it's a new one.
Listen, people view videos. You get views only based off of keywords. Like if there's not keywords attached to it, there's multiple variables that go into creating a video that will go viral in the algorithm. You know, I can easily identify
whatever content, whatever subject is. So it's people fighting about, I don't know, Israel. If it's Jews fighting with Hebrew Israelites or something, those are your keywords right there.
Yeah, but
crazy Jews fighting with Hebrew Israelites.
that may or may not get rewarded. I mean, you'd have to go through my videos and sort by most popular, and then look at the titles and look at the videos and say, okay, there's a reason why these are better than the bottom tier ones that got no views. You know, so that's one way to look at it.
I just think they have to have an animation along with them. They have to have a visual fun aspect to them.
Well, it's mostly just 15-second clips of Clubhouse people, you know, yelling at each other. Politically Correct with Lisa and Patty and Dr. AG. Those rooms are so toxic and so crazy because there's so much profanity that, you know, to me, they're my new gold standard in terms of, profanity and derogatory remarks and insanity. I don't know, you know, you could spend some time on my YouTube and watch Politically Correct here on Clown House, and you can see the madness that is politically correct.
I mean, what does that say about politically correct when I look at all the madness that's been going on in these other rooms? Like, that's crazy.
I don't know. That's why I think it's like, see, a lot of people say they take breaks. Like, oh, I haven't been on this app in 4 weeks. It's like, lady, you've been on here 2 weeks talking nonstop. What are you talking about? You haven't been on this app. Most people are probably so hypnotized that their amnesia sets in. They don't even know they're on this app all day long. So, you know, my point is, by not talking on here and just recording it, you know, I left the house. I didn't even take my phone with me, you know, to the gym. I had a great afternoon. I come back and boom, I'm still recording because the former room closes, but because of this clicker, it brings me right back into a new room. So I never have any dead airtime. I try to prevent, you know, wasting having any dead airtime on my end as a recorder.
I've been enjoying Talking Apes lately. The last couple of days, I've actually really enjoyed their conversation.
Me too. I'm just like, wow.
They're not stupid, right? Like, I feel like some of the rooms are kind of generally dumb in them. Like, Chillism is a more intelligent room, but it's outrageous. Talking Apes is fun and sometimes smart, and not necessarily outrageous, and they're not really rude. Right. And I don't know, I really like them.
Me too. I've been enjoying them too.
I stumbled upon them recently. Maybe because I'm like generally following you nowadays, like I didn't used to. Maybe I found them actually. So I'm wondering why I haven't seen them before, if they've been around a while.
Yeah, they have been around a while. But yeah, I've actually been really enjoying going into their rooms too. It's just like, sometimes like I've just got so much to do that like I just really need to be in listening mode and not like up trying to make sure I'm talking to everybody and whatnot. And it's a great place to go.
And it's a generally black room that appreciates white voices, which is rare. That's another thing. I'm heard, and they respond, and to anything if I want to add something. They're super cool like that. I really like them, but it's generally a black room.
Yeah, I think so too. I've enjoyed it. I thought their conversation today was, they did really good given the topic.
Yeah, I thought it was more interesting than, JB's a friend of mine, but I still thought it was more interesting than JB's room on the male versus female take. I thought they did a better job of it.
Yeah.
That was really interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
And they listen to reason, and they're influentiable. I don't know what that word is. Influenceable.
Yep.
It's not. They don't just stand in their ways and bark out bullshit and refuse to listen to people.
Yeah, and each other. Like they were there were times where like they kind of took one position, but then you could kind of see as the conversation went on and more people spoke, like you could actually see people kind of being like, well, yeah, okay, I see that.
Totally. It's really unusual. That's what I noticed mostly about it today. That's the biggest thing I noticed about it was that was happening. I was like bing, my ADHD keyed into the fact that this is unusual. Well, this is the trend I don't have very often.
You know the Raven girl that was in there?
Yeah.
She's a Bollywood star.
Oh, she is.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. She is
Yeah,
really
she's
good
smart.
stuff.
She's fun. I like listening to her too.
Yeah, she does like probably their equivalent to like daytime drama. She's done a couple movies, but yeah, she's got like over 1 million followers on Insta.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
John, what's your thought process behind why you copy house names and people's names?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Because I'm trying to point out the conditioning of Mojo or Roger Mayhem, because that's not a real person. So I'm trying to break and dehypnotize and decondition people by having some alternative spaces for people to reflect on why they're here, giving so much of themselves in conversation and communication.
Why people are here, like as in this house?
Clown House, yeah.
Well, this house too, because he's duped in the muff before.
Yeah, it's duped twice actually by him. Because Mojo asked that it be reported.
See, the thing is, somebody asked me, are you the parasite or the host? And I said,
that's a good question for you. That's a really good question for you. I wish I would have come up with that question for you. Because you're both. You're totally both.
It is fitting. I told them, I said, those are Kitovers.
See, this is a game, and a lot of people, I just wish they could view what I'm doing as a compliment to what they're doing. And if they were to run with it as they have ran in the past, we run pretty fast, pretty far together, and having all these extra brains in this room essentially creates a nexus of sorts in this political campaign, which needs money and needs action and movement and mass communication. So this app and In the Muff could be extremely vital in terms of managing this campaign, because imagine if chillism became like an actual politically organized room and somebody in there ran for Congress or mayor. Like they could potentially politically get together and really organize it, because having all these brains and all these fingers and all these cell phones, it's a massive brain. So that's really what you would hope to achieve in any political movement.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's all nodes and nexuses. I mean, that's the whole breakdown of the government and the chain of command, from the commander-in-chief down to the congressional, the senatorial, the judicial. Everything is like one huge, giant network. But I'm saying, in order to achieve a node in that network, having an app like this get organized and working together in a very intelligent way would be the ultimate goal of having a mass communication free telephone conference call app.
If that ever happened, it would also bring awareness to Clubhouse in a good way. It's largely unknown outside of people who use it. And it deserves to be known more than it is, I think. But at the same time, it needs to try harder to be less disgusting, if that's what it wants. You know what I mean? Like giving people the ability to be anonymous, in my opinion, is literally about creating more drama, and that seems the opposite direction that I'd be wanting to take it if I was in charge of it.
Well, what's interesting, being somebody who records, so there's so much content of me which is clipped and curated, topical, versus the live stream footage that I've accrued. The live stream footage is so much data and so many videos and so many effing hours that if you were to look at it, you'd say, this is crazy. There's 7,000 live streams just in this one account alone. And it's all of Clown House because, I said it and I forget it. I'll come back in 2 hours, 3 hours. Some videos are 6 hours. Some videos are 24 hours. Some videos are 36 hours. So what I'm saying is there's just too much content, not enough substance.
Yeah, 100%. That is true, Ron. That's very true.
Look at somebody from Clubhouse digging for something.
Yep. Unless they're trying to find ammo.
Yeah. I need some receipts. Fucking receipts. Ro, what are you doing? There's slippers.
Hey, slips.
Don't mind me, everybody's blocked.
Don't mind me, everybody's blocked.
We won't get anyone in the room. Everyone gather if we want you.
I've had a big fight with Adams over the past couple of weeks, really past couple of years. But Adams, at one point we had a truce. I'm just wondering, in the name of peace, stillness, and joy, can we form a peace and a truce today, right now? Can I apologize?
Look at my profile, John. Out of anybody, it's probably the most surprising that John didn't make the block list.
Wow. Good on you.
Good on you, John. Don't mind me.
John might be obnoxiously annoying sometimes, but he's far from dangerous. Blocklist is for dangerous people, in my opinion.
Goo, the little troll that runs around here sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you remember when he literally went through it and blocked every conservative Clubhouse, and every time any of them tried to open the room, he immediately went out on stage and so no one can get in.
That's such a good idea.
So fucking obnoxious.
It's hysterical.
And for the longest time, people couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. Like, nobody was going to the rooms. Every conservative on Clubhouse. Black. People silly. How you doing, Ro?